The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting you know what the fuck going on for this BFN report now. Kirsten Nielsen, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, is actually stepping down. A lot of people feel like she's stepping down because Trump is pressuring her to step down because there's been tension between the two over the past few months. Now, this is the same woman that's actually been in charge of enforcing this family separation policy down at the U.S.-Mexico border. Now, for those who are under a fucking rock, the government, Trump administration, whatever, has actually imposed the zero tolerance policy, basically saying that anybody that's crossing into the country from, Central South America, from anywhere outside of the country, you're not a U.S. citizen, your paperwork not right, you're going to jail. They end up in these detention centers where, a lot of people understand that they're being treated foully and all of that, whatever. But even worse than that, the kids are being separated from their parents. Now, this woman actually told Congress last year in June that there was no policy regarding this. And it's very troubling. They also haven't been keeping count of them, of the kids and none of that shit. So, that's just what's happening. Apparently, she's not tough enough. Green Ward graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting you know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. And this shit is very troubling. But on Friday, actually, the government said that it could take as long as 2 years for some of these kids that have been detained to actually be reunited with their parents. Now, this is a result of the family separation zero tolerance policy that the Trump administration has imposed. Basically, if any families are caught trying to migrate into the country illegally, then they're being detained and the parents are being separated from their children. Well, in doing this, they already admitted they're not keeping proper count of these children. Who doesn't keep proper counts of children? If you even have a fucking chaperone take kids on a field trip or whatever, that's a mandatory must. Now you're talking about kids that you're actually putting behind bars and they're not keeping track of them. This is kind of crazy. It's not kind of, it's all the way fucked up. And it's something that has to be done about it. But that's what they admitted to, and that's your government. Republicans, MAGA motherfuckers, this is your kid? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Green Ward graduate. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting you know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now, a New York man by the name of Patrick Carlenio Jr. was actually arrested Friday. He was charged with threatening and attempting to kill Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar. Now, this is a vocal Trump supporter who actually told investigators that, he loves Trump and hates radical Muslims in our government or whatever. But this man actually called Shorty's office, talking to the people there, why do you work for her or whatever? She's a part of the Muslim Brotherhood. I put a bullet in her fucking skull. He actually said that verbatim, that last part. Now, this is obviously just hate speech that's fueled by, or made to be normal. It seems like it's normal on the right wing of things. The conspiracy theorists in me, you know what I'm saying? And not that it means shit is fake, but, just knowing that shit could be a part of a plan. Wants me to think that that's not real, but Republicans, y'all make it hard. Y'all be doing this. Green Ward graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting you know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now, yesterday, actually, there was a Saudi-led airstrike that actually attacked a weapon storage system that was actually next to a school, and it unfortunately killed 13 civilians, 7 children, and injured 100 people. According to the people over there. Now, the crazy thing about it is that the U.S. government is actually, or at least Congress, actually ruled last week to pass the War Resolution Powers Act, which basically says that we can't engage in any wars without congressional approval. Mind you, all of these airstrikes that are happening by Saudi Arabia against Yemen are with the weapons that we're selling them. So we're basically in war and we're condoning this shit. So even with the passing of that act, it's supposed to essentially cease it at some point, but Trump is expected to veto this shit. How about that? Green Wall and graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting you know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who actually is under investigation, actually has been charged for conspiracy and bribery and corruption and all of that, whatever. Could possibly even face some time, but you know how power works, especially for these wealthy white men, especially for these Jewish white men, right? Nevertheless, He's recently, in his bid for being reelected this upcoming summer, he basically said that he would annex Israeli settlements in the West Bank. Now, the West Bank is actually an area that's considered, Palestinian or whatever. Israeli settlements over there are considered to be illegal. They're not recognized internationally. Actually considered to be, in violation of international law. So for him to say that he's going to annex it, so that fuck international law. Like, this is our law. We gonna make it happen the way we wanted to make it happen. And they have the power of, in the backing of the United States, to stand out there with their chest bold as fucking say shit like that, man. We gotta get it together. Green War and graduate. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report now. Over in Libya, it's been going the fuck down. So you actually have the Libyan National Army. This is a renegade army that's actually basically trying to take back the country from foreign powers, or at least that's most likely how they perceive it. So what the LNA, that's what we'll call it for sure, has done is that they actually marched on the capital of Libya, which is Tripoli, to topple the United Nations-backed government that's there, the Government of National Accord. We'll call them the GNA. So it's the LNA and the GNA. Well, in recent days, 21 people have been killed regarding their back and forth, and it's expected to only get worse essentially. Thousands of people are expected to be displaced, so it's going to get real brolic over there, and you'll probably hear me talk more about this soon. Mind you, this place has not seen rest ever since Muammar Gaddafi was taken out under the Obama administration. It's just something to think about. Green War and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report now. Over in Sudan, actually, in Northern Africa, there's actually been a lot of political unrest. Tens of thousands of people have been protesting and hitting the streets since December, trying to get President Omar al-Bashir the fuck out of there. Now, this has happened because, dude's been in power for 3 decades. He's known for just being unfair. He's jailing activists. He's just abusing his power. And even in since these protests have begun in December, there have been at least 50 people that have been killed, all just for protesting. These aren't back and forth wars. And over this past weekend, 5 people were killed, and a bunch of people were sprayed with tear gas or whatever. Mind you, tens of thousands of people are protesting in the capital, outside this man's home or whatever, trying to get him the fuck out of here. And that's how they doing it. So, when people are tired of their leaders in other countries, they try to, some countries, they try to move on that shit. Maybe we should follow suit. I don't know. Think about it, man. Green War and graduation, though. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report now. Donald Trump and his fucking administration did it again, man. Upsetting the whole international community by doing some irregular shit. Basically, he designated the Iranian Revolutionary Group, which is basically a military group in Iran, covers 11 million people. He designated these people as a terrorist group. So imagine that, our military is designated as a terrorist group by Iran. Well, you won't have to imagine it for too long, because that's probably what's going to happen in retaliation. So a lot of people were up in arms about it. Even in his own administration, there seemed to be conflict there on whether it's wise to do that. It seems like they're trying to provoke or trying to encourage a World War III. That's how it's coming off to a lot of people. But they're claiming basically they want to double down on the stance of Iran is a terrorist country, and nobody should do any business with them. I'm paraphrasing. Green War graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report. Over in Washington State, Attorney General Bob Ferguson actually brought a lawsuit against Motel 6, and Motel 6 had to settle for $12 million for giving information to ICE, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, or whatever, the people that come and basically nab up anybody that's suspected to be an immigrant and an illegal immigrant. They were giving these people names, phone numbers, driver's license information, whatever, between the years of 2015 and 2017, and it allowed ICE to make arrests and deportations. So there are people that have been kicked out of the country because of information, because they stayed at a Motel 6. The motherfuckers gave them the information. There's also, ICE essentially went through these lists looking for Latino sounding names. So they indiscriminately gave this list to them. And that's obviously a violation of, you know, privacy and, you know, probably some contract that they have as well. You're not supposed to do that. So there goes the fuck shit. Green Wall graduation.